Greetings viewers, Adventure Link here, back again with another video review for you guys today. Why? Because it's YouTube, and on YouTube, the specialty on YouTube is making videos. So, how the heck are you? Welcome aboard, glad you're here, glad you're watching. If it's your birthday, congratulations and happy birthday. Additionally, this is the holiday season, so I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, or whatever it is you celebrate, and ultimately a happy 2015 New Year. So anyway, for today's video review, about a couple weeks ago, I had my van in the shop to get fixed body-wise, so I was given a rental car to, drive around until the van comes back. It was a 2014 Chevy Equinox with the LT package, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make a video review on it. I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions on it, give a review at the end. And don't worry, despite the intro and outro for today's video taking place here in my dark bedroom here, I did actually get shots inside the vehicle and share my thoughts there. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty and get to it.
Gotta be done in every vehicle I drive. I look like the Hot Dogs guy. Hello. Ooh, it's the Hot Dogs guy. There's your instrument cluster. What I like about this is that, you get a nice little information panel. As you can see right now, we're in park. Flip it down one, it goes to reverse. Then it goes to neutral. Then drive. Then manual with M1 through M6. Being, of course, all 6 of the gears you can shift through in the transmission. Take a gander at this. I'm going to put this in reverse. Got a nice little backup camera here. It works pretty decently. One of the first times I used it, I got so close I had to pull my car up so that way the person could still get in front, or get out rather. So as you can see, you get a nice little backup camera, but only with the engine running. Now where it says, for when you first turn the vehicle on, it may say like ICE possible, drive with care, so, be aware of that. And also with the bottom right corner, you get a SE, which is your compass. If you push the menu button here, you can flip to the different settings on your thing, or you can turn it on and off. Actually, it's the arrow buttons that manipulate the menu. See, get a trip 2 odometer, trip 1, a digital speedometer, nothing. I'm not sure what navigation is, because I highly doubt it's possible to put a detailed GPS on a little blue LCD screen, and I strongly doubt this thing's going to have it in the first place. Some kind of timer, I'm not sure what that does. Average vehicle speed is 25 miles. A fuel economy meter. Average fuel economy. And we're back to fuel range. And as for the option, I'm not sure where that is, what that means, but oh well. Nice little temperature gauge. Yeah, typical GM, always making it 3/8 of the way to the hotline, when on Ford and Dodge, it was up to half. So another quick little point I wanted to make on the fuel range here. If you ever run a vehicle down on your gas or your E85 or whatever, and the fuel range, keeps going down and down and down, on this one, it'll say something like low fuel range. It's like, really? Just how many friggin' miles do I gotta go? I did not want to see a low fuel range message. I want to know how many miles I'm going, or how many miles I have to get to a gas station, rather. See, this is one of the things I gotta give Chrysler some credit for. At least theirs, counts down all the way to the bitter end, whereas this just says low fuel warning. Seriously, GM? I have no idea what you was thinking when you put that little message in your message box. Here's an interesting one. As you can see, the vehicle is obviously in the run position, so I'm going to open the door. Ding, 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 ding. Now seriously, have you ever heard of a vehicle that dings when the door's open, or when the headlights are on, or whatever else? with the vehicle and run. Normally that doesn't happen. Normally you'd have to actually put it in, take the key out, forget the key for a moment, then this. Again, seriously, GM, I have no idea what you was thinking this time around when you did this. So here's an interesting one. Here you have your auto lights here, which automatically turns on your tail lights and parking lights. Then you have the what automatically turns those on, or manually turns those on. Then you have your headlights. Now, watch what happens when I flip it down to what appears to be the off button. See? Automatically retracts. What's the point of having this option down here if this is just going to retract back in the first place? I've tried all over to make the light stick off, but it keeps coming back. Seriously, GM, I don't know what you was thinking. What were they thinking? What's the point of the off feature thingy in the first place if it's not going to stick? So as you can probably hear, I got my heater going. See, heater's on. It's on full blast, as you can see. And the temperature gauge is sitting between 1/4 and 3/8. Typical GM. Side note, I noticed this about this heater here, the blower. See, I'm at 9, I'm at 10. You've heard of the expression of crank it past 10 and 11, right? Well, why go to 10 when you can have 11? Or 12? Just taking it past 10 and 11, literally. Nice. Okay, so let's talk about the radio in this vehicle. Well, here's all the stuff you can't do on this vehicle, except get quick info and now playing phone. What's the point of having the phone if you can't have Bluetooth in the first place? Alright, it's OnStar. Well, it's probably been disabled also. And pictures, again, what's the point of pictures if you can't have USB in the first place? Oy vey, I tell you. See, this is one of the things where I have to give Chrysler some credit for. At least in the 08 PT Cruiser that I had, and in the Avenger they tried to get me into, at least they had an auxiliary port. And of course, you know, you can flip through the inputs and all that to get to the auxiliary. Then you can plug your iPhone or whatever in, you're good to go. As for the CD, well, as you can see, there is a CD slot. So I'm going to give that one the benefit of the doubt, because many somewhat decent aftermarket radios can still switch over to CD, regardless if there's one in there or not, I think. So I'm going to give that one benefit of the doubt. So let's talk about the interior for a moment. Excuse my coat over there. It was actually mid-50s to 60 degrees, and it's been like that practically all day. Thought I would need it, but I guess not. Oops. Oh well. So here's your seats. Kind of firm. Still kind of firm in the back. To me, the seats felt kind of uncomfortable. So I really wouldn't recommend it on a long trip. Steering wheel, you know, feels nice, firm, thick, plushy. Just like I like it. It's interesting going from Dodge, old school Dodge anyway, meaning pretty much everything from 2007 on back Dodge, all the way up and going back to GM. Going with the itty bitty little steering wheel. And then you go to GM and get this fat little thing. I kind of like this. Steering wheel, you know, is kind of looking busy there. You have your cruise settings on, off, resume and speed up, set and slow down, cancel to turn off. Phone settings, again, what's the point of the phone settings if you can't even use Bluetooth and probably not even OnStar in the first place? Source scrolls up and down your source, which again, what's the point if you have pretty much all your other sources disabled? Volume controls. Then of course you got your horn / airbag right there. kind of like this little red sewing thread they put on pretty much all the trim pieces here. On the door. And additionally, there's some on the seat here. Kind of like it. Other than that, it's pretty much like any other GM interior. Chintzy, cheap, plastic, hard. Not very advisable for a long trip. Although I will give credit to the dash pad being, you know, plastic, because when it comes to, you know, mounting things like, you know, like dash cams and multi-outlet pods and such, you know, that's a good thing. Try mounting it to like a soft dash pad like in a Dodge minivan. Good luck, it ain't gonna happen. Armrest. I actually kind of like having this nice little armrest here, so that's pretty cool. It's actually a lot better than using a gear shift for the armrest, that's for sure. Nice having it slightly higher than what I'm used to with the Dodge minivan, though, so that's cool. So here we have what appears to be the not-so-bottomless pit of this console. Get a little pocket back here. And you get the bottomless pit, and you get a nice little power adapter down there. It's powered all the time. Nifty. Got your spare power adapter back here. This way Junior can charge his 3DS or his PS Vita or his DS or PSP or a cell phone or whatever it is without a problem. Additionally, the power adapter up here turns on with the vehicle and accessories are run, so thought I would make a quick call on that. Now I'm a pretty tall guy, and you know, this is pretty much me looking out my side mirror. At times, you know, I feel like I'm sinking in my seat, and it's a little hard to see out of my mirrors. There's the left, and there's the right. To me, it's almost like this vehicle like makes you sink in. So if you're pretty short, I wouldn't advise it. But if you're tall like me, you should get by. And of course, in typical GM/Toyota Yaris fashion, barely any room in the back at all whatsoever. Of course, you know, you got your trunk space back here. Looks pretty roomy. Want to call your attention real quick to the door. When you try to open your door, you know, normally, even if it's locked like this, many times on modern cars, you know, the door will automatically open up, and then you'll be on your way. But I'm going to try to open the door. Now, the door locks, but in order to open it back up, got to release the handle, then open the door from there. I have no idea what you was thinking at the time of this design, GM. What were they thinking? Under the hood here, we got an Ecotech. If it's so technically eco, wonder where that turbo is on this thing, because I don't see it. Anyways, I think this is the 2.4 liters. The 8th digit of the VIN is K as in Kevin, so whatever that would be, make your determination from there. Yay, PCM right under the hood there, in a very easy to access spot that could be easily destroyed in an accident. Yay, GM, for wanting to put their PCMs under the hood. You can tell it's a PCM because A, they love to do this kind of crap, especially in the C and K trucks as a whole, and 2, these are very common connectors for GM PCMs. I'm not sure what the deal with this is, but if you pop open this positive, nice little bolt there. Things that make you go, Possible power line add-in? Who knows? If it is, I guess that's one thing we can give GM credit for, even if there are no threads on this, and that they thought about people that like to put power lines on their vehicles. Pretty sure that's a fuse box anyway. Fuse box and or the battery or something. This thing is so hard to put in. There it is. Got it. Ah yes, typical bullcrap GM Dex Cool coolant. Wow, all these access panels everywhere. You know, there's got to be some kind of meme we can make for this. That'll work. Well, as you can see, this one does use E85/gasoline. Don't use the additive with the E85 fuel. Tighten until one click or the service engine soon light may turn on. So it's great this thing can use flex fuel. I guess it's better than using Edge, Escape, or Explorer fuel. Yep, going into Ford land now. But yeah, as a heads up, if you do use a lot of E85, when you do use gasoline, my personal suggestion is to run some Chevron Techron into the gasoline when you do use gasoline. That way you can purge out whatever bad stuff the E85, let alone the E10 and 15, can do to your gas. Okay, so I got a perfect opportunity to show you all what this little four-banger engine sounds like in this vehicle when you crank her up. Kind of sounds loud, just like the Saturns do, only they're not as obnoxious and loud. I guess GM must have silenced them in the recent years. I'd like to call out the eco button real quick. From what I understand, what this eco button does is that, it's like a fuel economy mode. All it does in this vehicle is just lock your torque converter in the transmission to where it'll shift at a higher gear sooner for better fuel economy. There is no bearing on throttle response. As you saw earlier when I was going hog wild with this thing to try and prove a point, that this thing kind of sounds like those Saturns. Of course, you got your traction control off button down here, and two nice little cup holders which hold two supersized drinks from Mickey D's very well, actually. I want to call your attention real quick to the brake pedal. If you're first getting used to this for the first time, or it's like the first time in a long time since you drove yours, be aware that you may end up pushing your brake pedal in like sooner than expected. Or a lot sooner, because on mine, well, that's not necessarily mine, but whatever. Anyways, when I was first trying to get used to this thing, I kept hitting the brakes sooner than expected, and I kept trying to find a brake pedal release, like it is on a Grand Marquis, where you can adjust the brake pedal back and forth, but I didn't find one. So, take your time with the brakes, take your time while getting used to it, because it's not uncommon to hit the brake harder than what you should and or earlier than what you should when you're trying to get used to this thing.
And we're back to the room to share my final thoughts and give a review on my experiences with this vehicle. Overall, just like always, there's good things to like about it. There's bad things to hate about it. At the end of all my reviews, I always tend to endorse the product that I was trying out and recommend it all to you. But if there was a meme I could make here, let's just put a greatest man in the world Das Equus guy right over there. I don't always not recommend products, but when I do, it's because I honestly don't recommend it. Meaning as is, as it was optioned out, I really wouldn't recommend it for much other than just to get you through for the repair shop, and that's it. But for long trips or anything like that as is, I really wouldn't recommend it. Overall stars rating, I'd honestly give it about 4 or 5 stars out of 10. I guess if it was optioned out a little bit better, and or if I was a big time Equinox fan, I probably would have a more favorable review, but it is what it is. Oh well. Moral of the story, kids, when you're trying to pull the proverbial trigger for any reason on a vehicle, be it rentals, leases, or ownership, please make sure you go over the options list carefully. That way, if there's something you can't live without, you can have it added in, or you can request a different vehicle, or whatever else. Like I said before, I like having Bluetooth and or auxiliary, so I guess I really should have been okay with the Avenger, and I probably should have taken that in all hindsight of this, or actually was smart enough to ask around. Well, I'll be sure to take from this and learn from it, and next time when I get a rental, that's what all features it has. As for things like heated seats, since we had the last couple weeks where it's been all bitter cold and all that, and we even had snow the first couple days of the last couple weeks, If we would have had heated seats, yeah, that'd be great. Guess that's really all I got to say on this vehicle. Except, see what I did there? Anyways, I am Adventure Link. Thank you all for watching. I do appreciate your taking the time out to watch my videos and liking them and commenting and all that. And I hope you take from this video, take from my experiences, and when you buy your next vehicle or make a rental or make a lease, keep what I said in mind about this vehicle. And if there's any creature comfort you can't live without, do some negotiations on it, please. I guess if you have any questions, comments, concerns, praise, criticisms, well wishes, prayers, etc., but no flames, fighting, spam baiting, or other such bullcrap, comment section right below this video is where I wish you would take it to. I'm man enough to take your comments, and I will do my best to answer your questions. Additionally, like I said, I appreciate your likes and subscriptions. Don't forget to also do that. Location of that varies. Check your platform of what you're on, since I really don't have any decent Equinox forums. So, hey, if you have any automotive questions, that doesn't necessarily have to be about Chevy Equinoxes, Chevy Tahoes, Saturns, Ford Panthers, or Dodge minivans, then I would actually head over to Scotty Kilmer and or Eric the Car Guy. They both have YouTube channels. They can be found on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter. They both have web forums, and they also do live car talk shows on Google+, then mirrored over to YouTube. So make sure you check them out, and if you feel interested in them, sign up for them. As I said, it's been cold outside and kind of warm, and it's warming up. So I guess when it's cold outside, stay warm and bundle up. And if you're buying a vehicle, make sure it has heated seats. When it's warm outside, stay cool, stay in the shade, stay hydrated. Either way, eat right, stay healthy, stay hydrated. Work hard, have fun, make history. Don't let others push you around. And speaking of Eric the Car Guy, I would like to close this video and pretty much all my other videos quoting his wise words of wisdom. Be safe, have fun, and of course, stay dirty. I'll see you all next time. Have a nice day.